We do want to head out to the Fulton County Jail right now, where there's a news conference taking place. We told you that there was a water main break reported by Commissioner Mo Ivory, so we want to get you to that right now.
To tighten the coupling at the source of the leak. During the repair effort, the pipe coupling failed, resulting in widespread flooding that affected multiple areas on the third floor and levels below. Areas impacted included the front entrance and lobby, medical clinic, officers' dining room, portions of the server room, and courtrooms. An estimated 70,000 gallons of water were released during this time. To facilitate repairs, water service to the building was temporarily shut down and has since been restored. An estimated 70,000 gallons of water was released during this time. On October 11th of 2025, a pipe burst during a planned repair causing flooding. At that time, several servers were damaged. The servers were replaced at a cost of $1 million. Today, these servers were affected by the water that happened at the pipe break today. We are still assessing the full damage of the servers that were affected. Restoration contractors are currently on site, as you can see, extracting standing water and assessing any additional remediation needs. Due to the closure of the front lobby area here at the jail, all employees and contractors are being directed to enter through the back entrance. The front parking lot should only be used by individuals picking up residents who have been released. The front lobby is expected to remain out of service at least until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, Sunday. Importantly, and this I want you to know, no inmate resident housing units were affected by the flooding. As soon as I heard about this, I came to the jail to walk around myself. I've since walked around. Water was high. I saw the damage to the servers. I saw computers that were affected, files, incident reports that were sitting in water, and it is now being remediated. Several people, contractors around the jail getting that water up still at this time at 2:30 from a flood that began at 5 a.m. this morning. When all the water is up, then these blowers will go into the areas to start to continue to dry up. You can imagine that we have a debilitating infrastructure here at the Fulton County Jail. And anytime there is a flood after flood after flood, no matter the cause, it just continues to contribute to the breakdown of the facility, of the continuing dilapidated conditions here at the Fulton County Jail. So I want to bring in our director, the Sheriff's Office Director of Communications, Mrs. Ammons.
Hello, everybody. On behalf of Sheriff Labat, we want to make sure that we, recognize our staff that is here, not only the staff, but also the contractors that responded very quickly to this. The water was shut off just for a temporary amount of time and was restored, but when that water poured, that 70,000 gallons of water is an estimate. That's just an estimate from Department of Asset Management. We could be more than that. But, there's still lots of water as we speak from the third floor all the way down to the first floor that we are getting up right now. But like Commissioner Ivory said, the most important thing is none of the housing units were affected, so we did not have to move any of our residents, which is a blessing for us. But absolutely, we want to commend our, all of our staff here and our contractors that jumped on this very quickly, but we are working through it.
As we were walking around, there was still water coming down we were on the first floor.
Yes.
We were on the first floor. There was water still coming down only about 30 minutes ago. But I want to say that this is a leadership fail. The continued problems at the jail. On top of having a crisis in elections, we have a crisis in the jail. And just last week when we adopted the budget, those were two areas that money was taken out of the budget, and then that budget was approved. So we now have the money that was taken out of the budget last week for the consent decree cost of the jail, about $3 million, I'm sure was spent here today when we finished assessing all the damage of this water. $1 million were taken out of our elections budget, and that budget was passed. And then we have these two crises that happen in 1 week with elections and with the jail. We have got to fund these departments properly so that we can be proactive against these things instead of constantly reacting to problem after problem. So I want to say that I'm so grateful to the staff here, to the Fulton County employees that came immediately to try to get to react to this, specifically Joe Davis from our facilities department and all the other employees that work here in the jail that are quickly maneuvering and making adjustments so that they continue to do their job today at the jail.
You mentioned leadership failure when it comes to adequately funding the jail. So who directly are you pointing the finger at them when you say this is a leadership failure?
Oh, I'm pointing the finger at the majority of 4 on the Board of Commissioners who just in this last budget took money out of consent decree costs to fix this jail. The idea of taking any more money away from building a new jail, fixing the jail, doing what we need to do is just a failure of leadership. And there was also money taken away from registrations and elections as well. I did not vote for that budget. That budget passed with a 4-3 vote. I was not a part of the 4.
Are there any mitigating? Temperature inside here, right?
Okay, it is, yeah. Obviously. It is freezing inside of the jail right now. The power has had to get turned off and on.
In some areas. So it's cold right now because we're in the lobby area and they have the doors open because of the pipes to pump the water out. It's not affecting the housing floors, but we are very cold right here in the lobby. Most importantly, we want to reiterate that this is not affecting anybody being released. So we are still releasing as normal. So anybody that needs to come and pick up a loved one because they are ready to be picked up, please come and pick them up.
Very important.
This is impacting intake?
It does not impact the intake at all.
And also, are you all doing any mitigating factors to make sure that additional pipes don't burst? I don't know if there's any steps that the jail.
Well, they are still assessing everything. That would be a question for maintenance. But it was just one isolated leak where all the water came out of. We've not noticed any others, but you know, this particular leak, when it was reported, maintenance pretty quickly went to go and get on it. So we're happy about that.
I want to be clear on that. So was this a weather-related, like pipe bursting, or was this they were trying to fix something and then it escalated?
We don't believe that it's weather-related. What we believe is it was just because I mean there's leaks all around this building all the time.
It's old.
Toilet sinks and everything. So this was a toilet that was reported leaking in a staff restroom, and when the maintenance went to go and tighten that part where it was leaking, that's when the water came out. I'm showing the video that I sent. So we're not sure what the cause of that was. It could have been tightened too tightly. It could have been because it was an old pipe. We just don't know. They're still assessing all of that.
You
right
mentioned,
now.
I think earlier it was like by a medical unit. So are there any issues in terms of being able to treat folks that are here, or is it really that isolated so there's no concerns on that front?
Yeah, so it's in our medical area, but it has not affecting any treatment because if there were some areas that did have water, we were able to move that, but it has not affected.
Yeah, and triage in different areas.
Yes.
So basically like more so administrative type offices?
Yeah, well, some of the medical area was affected and it was moved, so if there was any medical emergencies, they could be triaged in a different area.
Okay.
Commissioner, have the other commissioners been made aware of this?
Yes.
And if so, what are they saying?
I have not heard any comment from any of the commissioners, and I have not seen any other commissioners come to the jail.
Chairperson?
I think the chairman was here very early this morning.
So what for you would be a proactive next step? Because we've been here before, we've seen flooding issues before, there's been this consistent conversation and dialogue that things need to change here, there needs to be more funding here. So what for you, what do those next steps look like now, especially after an issue like this where I think you hinted this could be a several $1 million fix?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the proactive step that should have been taken should have happened decades ago when we all knew we needed a new jail. And we keep on pushing that off and pushing that off. It makes it more expensive. It makes bigger problems like this happen that then cost more money. If we stopped fixing problems that are going to continue to occur and just got to the root of the problem, which is that we have a failing, crumbling jail, then we wouldn't keep patching and putting a Band-Aid on things that keep continue. This is not the first leak. When you have water leaking, 1 month, the next week after that, then that is a problem with the infrastructure. And it has to be addressed because it's just going to continue to happen and we're going to keep having to come in and fix it and spend more money to fix it than if we would just fix the problem.
You mentioned an estimated 70,000 gallons. I know you said it could be even more? You said that water's still coming down. I know there's not a full damage report yet, but do you have any kind of estimate on how much this could cost?
No, well, we already know that the servers were replaced for $1 million just a couple of months ago, and we already know that those are going to have to be dealt with. And we also know that the X-ray machine and many of the pieces of equipment that have been updated were sitting in water when this pipe burst. So we know that these costs are going to be in the millions of dollars. And listen, there are over 1,500 repair requests a month at the Fulton County Jail. So you can imagine how much we're spending in just repairing and keeping this facility where people can, it's already been deemed unconstitutionally uninhabitable, right? It's in the hands of the Department of Justice right now because of our consent decree. So we're just fixing problems to keep it going. And it's just time to make a plan that's a real plan and move forward so that we can finally get this problem fixed.
Does it bother you more that there's not a real plan in place, considering what you just mentioned, that there is now federal oversight with that consent decree, and that the fact that there's still not a proactive plan in place to really address all these issues? I mean, I'm kind of blown away. Like you said, there's 1,500 repair requests a month.
Of course, am I bothered by it? Is that the question? Of course I am. I mean, this is something that I just don't understand why we just won't put the money in the budget to fix the problem and stop trying to act like it's not something that we have to do. We know what the costs are. And even in this 2026 budget, we didn't put the money in that we need to meet these costs. So yes, we need to do what we're supposed to do as elected officials and fix this problem. And we need a new jail. I don't know how many times we can say that. When a jail is crumbling, you cannot put a Band-Aid on it and keep putting a Band-Aid on it and expect that there's going to be a different result. You know what the definition of insanity is.
So the sheriff has a saying that it's like putting a Band-Aid on open heart surgery, and that's exactly what this is. You know, we've had, this is our third major water incident in the past 6 months. Commissioner Ivory mentioned the one in October, and then back in August, we had excessive rain and flooding. And so, you know, just the residual water and trying to get the water up and, you know, and what comes with that, potentially mold and mildew. The sheriff has said and has stuck with his position that we need a replacement to this facility. It is literally crumbling.
Is the sheriff here today?
He is
And if
not.
so,
He is not here. He's traveling.
What did you say again? The lobby will be open for visitors?
Well, the problem right now with having people in the lobby is the X-ray machines and the body scanner. We had to unplug those because they were in water. So we need to wait for them to dry out before we can plug them back up to see if they're even working. And so that we're expecting at least until overnight until we can determine that. Yeah.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Victor and Sydney, we just obviously heard
Okay.
All right, you have been listening in to a news conference at the Fulton County Jail concerning a pipe bursting there. That was Commissioner Mo Ivory speaking and Natalie Emmons with the Sheriff's Office. And we do want to say right off the top that this is not related to the weather conditions necessarily. They're saying that there are ongoing issues, and this is a result of them. One of the big headlines that we're hearing is that 70,000 gallons of water estimated were released. They're saying that number could be higher. They say that it started at a toilet and there was some sort of repair work that was done, and then this leak continued and it became a bigger situation with that water happening on the third floor and all of that water trickling down to the first.
And this is the latest in an ongoing saga of challenges at the Fulton County Jail. The Rice Street facility has struggled for many years with leaks, with facility challenges, with reported walls that are in some places falling apart. Yes. We should point out here too, Fulton County Commissioner Mo Ivory, who you heard from in that yellow jacket, sort of leading that impromptu press conference. She recently launched a campaign for Fulton County Commission chair. So she is running for election to lead the Fulton County Commission, and she had some tough words for the commission's what she described as inactivity
Yeah.
in responding, in her view, adequately to this long-running issue at the jail.
She said a leadership fail, and we are learning about this. We told you about this as breaking news not too long ago, and we're learning from that news conference from the commissioner there that this started around 5 a.m., and they are still working on remediation efforts. Just looking at some of my notes here, she said that not too long ago, toward the end of last year, they had another issue where servers were damaged in flooding recently, and it cost at least $1 million to replace them. She said those same servers are now impacted as well. She said incident reports, files, computers are in water. She did say that none of the housing units were impacted, so nobody who is staying at the jail had to be removed from their unit. She said that business is continuing on. If you have a loved one who you are going to pick up from Fulton County's jail, you are still able to do that, and they are still intaking people as well.
You can feel the frustration too, and this has been a fraught issue inside of Fulton County politics for many, many years. Natalie Ammons, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office spokeswoman, saying something. This was a quote of hers during that press conference. She said, "The sheriff has a saying, it's like putting a Band-Aid on open heart surgery," and that's exactly what this is. That's how the spokeswoman of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office described another issue at the Fulton County Jail.
And we did say that this isn't a result of the weather necessarily, but the weather is playing an impact because you might imagine it is very cold. They had to shut the water off for a time in order to address this. And they also said they had to shut the power off for a time. We'll, of course, be getting more of this information. We'll be getting it on our website and inside our 11 Alive News app there for you. But again, that is the latest information on this breaking news of this pipe bursting at the Fulton County Jail.